The question is, wait, just my pen. Oh, I don't have the transparency for. Okay, I think I know what to do. Hang on. Zoom out. Okay. Now, in the question it says that the front and the plan, this is given in third angle.
Autofocus.
This is high tech, you know. You see here. Also like that. Okay. The question is very clear. They ask you to complete the front and the plan. Yeah. The outline is given. The only view that is complete is this view. Follow? Now, so if you take a look at the solution, this it will not be given for sure, because if that is given, you will know the answer. First, what you should do is your outermost, draw a horizontal line. Your outermost on the right, draw the vertical line. At the corner, draw that 45. If you don't draw that 45, how are you going to trace all these points? Okay? So once you draw that line, you should be able to trace, or rather, you would know that if this is a third angle, if your eyes is here, yeah, you can't see this point. Okay? Dot completely throughout. How you know? How do you know that the line goes from one end to the other end? How? No. There's only one line that you can conclude from. Which side?
Plan.
Which side? Which view? You tell me which view.
Plan.
Sorry? Which view? No.
And plan.
If you can answer me today, now, I know you know your stuff. Which view?
And view.
End view, correct. Which line? This line. If this line is there, it is a blind hole. Since there's no line, it is a true slot. Go right through. Okay? So remember, no line here means right through. If I draw a line here, I'm giving you more hidden details. Meaning to say, I must tell you where to stop. I always give as simple as possible. No line. No line means true slot. Means right through. So, since there's no line here, this point here is right through. Clear? If you look at this picture, you know. Right through. This point here, related to this point, right through. This point here related to that point, right through. Okay? Okay. So if you follow my steps, I think it should be okay. You should be okay. Okay. Next one. You see, once you draw this, you almost complete your projection already. You know, you complete half of the drawing already. 3 lines, 3 dotted lines. This one. point, or you don't take that point, you take this point and this point. Yes? You project it up, and then you locate where is this point. Is here and here. Yes? So you project up. That's how you have this line. This point, when you project up, is from here to here, which is from here. Yes? Agree? Now, what about this end? This end, if you project up, is when it coincides with these two lines, you get it here and here. Clear? So one point in this view will give you a line in the other view. I told you already. A point here will give you a line. Okay? Then when you have a shape, when you have a line, you will get, when you have a point, you get a line. When you have a point, you get a line in the other view. When you have a line in this view, you get a shape. If you follow simple logic, you should be able to get it. Alright? So, I never asked you to draw a semicircle. See, I promise you all that. I never asked you to draw a semicircle. Okay, that is question 1A. Any question first? Hello, any question to this question? Okay, if not, then I will move on. That's one. Okay, next one. Okay, this question asks or says that two views are given. Okay, A, B, C, and N, M. Okay, are given in first angle projection. Draw and thereafter measure the true angle between the line and the plane. Okay, you may use the datum given. Okay, 99% is used. Alright, 99, I'm asking you to use it because what I did was I drew the answer, then I'll cover up the solution here and here and here. Okay, that's what I did. Okay, this is your solution. About there, Probably will remove that. Oh, this is ridiculous. I think I know why. Don't use this. Don't use that. Yeah, don't use that, should be okay. Alright. If you can see from there, all these are blank. So notice this is your datum. This is your datum. This is your datum. 1, 2, 3. The only place I will cover up is this, this, and this. Okay? Now, when I draw this line here is 90 degrees to this datum. How do I get that line? How do I get that line? That line is obtained from here. Or some of you, I've seen some of your work, can draw this line. You draw this line normal to this. My question to you, what's the purpose of you drawing that line first without having this line? I must see this line first. You have to draw this line first. Because when this line is parallel to the datum, meaning to say you know and you are telling me that this is true length. You cannot draw this line without drawing this line. You all follow or not? Hello? I hope you have done a bit of your revision. So you know that when you draw this line parallel to this line here, which is from this point to this point, it is true length. Okay? So when you join up, you will notice that that line is 90 degrees to the given data or given datum. This one. That line when you join is 90 degrees here. So, meaning to say, if I don't see this line, I will deduct some marks. This is the starting line. When you draw this line, I know that this is true length. Then when you draw this line, which is 90 degrees, then all that you see, if you project this down, this is B, you project this down, this is A. Yeah? And then let me put in slide 1. This is slide 1. Like that. Okay? All this, that height there, I just define one point only because it's all the same. From here to here, this is H1. Okay? From here to here is H1. How you get H1 in this view? That means you are looking from here in line with this line. In line with this line. Okay? So your B is, your H1 is from here, from your new datum to here. It's always from the previous view. This H1 is always from the previous view, which is this in this case. Okay? So for this point A, you take this A, you transfer, where's my A? It is from here to here. But you shouldn't do A because you should take the outermost point, which is C. You should do C. Then when you do C, then when you join B to C, your point A should be on BC. Alright? Because if your drawing is not accurate, this line here and A to B is one line, A to C another line. You are showing me two lines like that. Meaning to say, I know that your drawing is not accurate. So if you avoid doing the middle point, you will get a straight line. Then you are hoping that I don't see your mistake. That's it. Okay? So once you get a straight line, by right it should be a straight line. You know why you should be a straight line? Yes. Because first and foremost, you have already transferred this point D. No, you have already transferred, you draw a parallel line, meaning to say this line is true length. And true length, if you place your eyes such that A and D coincide, meaning you see a straight line. Yeah? So this line ABC should be a straight line. Okay. Your M and N, not necessarily a straight line. Not necessarily a true length. Doesn't matter. When we draw a parallel line there, AD, to your datum, we are only transferring this line as a true length, and if your ice is there, meaning to say we are transforming ABC into a line. That's it. But whether M and N is a true length or what, doesn't matter for the time being. Okay? So we will get two lines. Alright. If you take your vertical height in this manner, for M and for N, we have to take it likewise. So for N is from here to here. Yes? Where's N? N is here to here. So measure N, which is this height, over here. I better show you in reverse. If not during exam or whatever. Okay. Since your vertical height is taken in this manner, so for N is from here to here, and then transfer over to here. Follow? Alright, okay. Now, then we have two across, two lines. Okay. Now, what is the best step next? If we know that this is a straight line, if we view, if we place our eyes normal to the line ABC, we will get a true shape here. ABC will be a true shape. Yeah? Alright, ABC will be a true shape. This here is a true shape. Okay. Now, so what you have to do is, next step, slide 2. Okay, let me remove the first one. Then after that, I put all together. Then you all can see better. Like that. Okay? Now, if we place our eyes here, normal to ABC, we will get a true shape, TS. Now, this height here for B, from here to, from here, where's my B? My B is here, yeah. H3, yeah, from here to here, that's H3. Okay, take this distance, H3, mark off from the previous height. Okay, and then subsequently, same for A, same for C. So for A is this dimension from here. Okay, what I'll do, I hold from here to here. Yeah, transfer over. Then see this height. Okay, and then subsequently for C, you must draw with set square, because the other transparency has that line there. Is the vertical line here. Okay, take this, transfer over. Notice I show you the first one. If not, you say you just estimate now. See? And see, I have this vertical height, C, which is this. Okay? Alright, now, so that is the second one. Now, the next step, what you should do, if you take your datum, this datum definitely is parallel to this line, MN. Okay? When you have this datum MN parallel, you will definitely get a true length here. Yeah? So definitely that will be your true angle. And that's it. Any question to this? Then you have the third one. It is getting a bit complicated. Unless you all want me to remove some slides.
So like all the data be given in the exam.
This one?
Yes.
It depends on how difficult the question is. If the question is difficult, you may use the datum given. Some of you refuse to use. Okay? In the exam, not your year, the previous year, or last semester, refuse to use this three data. I'm telling you, please use. If I give you this, definitely must use. Unless you, no chance. If you draw a parallel line here, you are drawing upwards, Any space, upwards. If you draw a parallel line here, you are drawing it above, any space above? No space, right? Meaning to say, please do go down. So draw this line here, then you should be able to draw it over here. I'm directing you, I'm giving you the solution, go this way, not the other way around. Follow? Okay, so if it's difficult, I will give you the datum. If it's simple, most likely I won't. Okay, any question? No question, huh?
Just one more question. The hidden line in between the working need to show.
The shape. The hidden line.
Okay. Where is it? Oh, this one. Here.
Yeah.
Since I never asked you about visibility, you can ignore. But if it's too simple, I will ask you. Since I never asked you whether you draw the dotted line or what, I will close one eye, close two eyes. But since if it's simple, if I stop the question here, if I stop the question there, I phrase it in a way that I stop there, then I will say, show the visibility of the plane and the line. See? So I will somehow compensate it, don't worry. Follow on? Okay. That is 1B, 2A. Okay, this I need both, What a joke. Okay. Good. Very good. Okay, this is better. Okay, something like that. The square paper is 5 mm, so you all need not to worry if the paper is undersized. You just have to count the number of squares, and then on the ISO paper, on this ISO paper is also 5 mm, because I say here, each grid size represents 5 mm, so don't care. You don't worry about whether it's full size, whether they're undersized or oversized for me. Okay? Likewise here as well. I already informed you all that it's 5 mm. Alright? By right, OS should not undersize for me or oversize for me. Okay? So, just in case. Okay. A will be my lowest point. If I remove all this, here, it says here, use the ISO paper provided, draw full size the isometric drawing of the object so that A point A will be the lowest of the drawing. Okay? Hidden lines are not required. I don't want hidden lines. Each grid size, grid unit represents 5 mm. Okay. So let me put back the color. This color. And I did put ABC and ABC, ABC here. Okay. This numbering, I asked you in the notes, the orthographic projection chapter, I asked you to memorize one slide, which is page 30 something. Okay, how you transfer ABC or 1, 2, 3 over. This is your solution. This is your solution. Okay. ABC, ABC. This is cutting 3 planes, top, side, side. Okay. Top, this side, and this side. That's how I got it. This is the red line, which is this, which is that red line from there to there. How? This color here not so good. But I cannot switch on this, you see? It can. Okay, okay. Notice this red line is from here, this corner to this corner. Here is 1. That is C and D, and over there is B. Okay, so you have that red line there. I think this one is quite simple for you all. You see, now I don't know whether you have tried it or not. You have seen the solution. You lose the excitement of doing the question.
No, I don't want that.
Don't worry, I will give you some chance to do other papers. But I just want to show you this one, this surface here is in your notes. I ask you to memorize that page. Okay? So let me close it. By the way, any questions to this? Do you have any questions for this? Any question for me for this question? No. Okay. Definitely you have to do. I guarantee you that there's one question on it. Okay. Next one. This one. Given two 5 sides, pentagonal pipe joints. Okay, 2. One is this way, and one is this way, like that. Okay, one is this way, and one is here. Okay, now, 1 year I asked develop A, which is over here. This year or last semester, I took the B, develop here. A is easier to develop, but B is slightly more difficult. Okay? Okay. Draw and begin the pattern from the joint. This is the joint. Meaning to say, if you project up, is this line. Project up is this line. Okay? They say develop part B, which is this, of the junction. Begin the pattern from the joint. This is your joint. Meaning to say, if you project up, you know it's from here. You project up, you know that it's this line. So that is your joint. Okay? Seam allowance, I know some of you will be doing it next way. M5. You are not required to draw the seam allowance, as I say, because different industry has different requirements. So omit that part for our purpose. Okay? So let us draw. We know that this surface is parallel to this surface. Yeah? Meaning to say, use parallel line method. That means develop this way. So this is a horizontal line. Start with your new data from here. Okay? So you have one line. Okay, that is your solution. Okay, wait this is your solution, but this slide is more important. Here, you take this one, no point what? You will know the method what? Take this one together. Let me put it, focus it for you. Like that. Okay, some tools. Yeah, something like that. Okay, something like that. Okay, now you can take it. Okay. You label the parts. You have to label the parts. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is third angle, meaning to say, if you look here, look down, this is 3, 4. This point is 3, 4. You look up, 2, 5. This point here is 2, 5. You look up, this point, oh, obviously only point. So this surface here, this point here is 0.1. So when you label your parts, then you transfer. Then when you draw that horizontal line, you draw it in sequence, you won't go wrong. Alright, now, the next step is we must find the true width. Yes? We all know that for that width, okay, that last semester I forgot to put regular. That means equal size, equal length. But if you assume equal, I never penalize you because it meant to be regular. It meant to be equal pentagon. Alright? But to be precise, I have to add in 2 regular pentagonal pipe joints to be precise. Okay? So if not, if you assume, I'm okay with it because it's meant to be regular. Now, how do you know which length is your true width? Here, 0.3, 0.4 is a dot. Yes? A dot here is a line. Meaning to say this is your true width. So this is W. Take your compass. The only thing I hate to use this is because, wow, damn glaring. Take this width, W, Do it 5 times. Regular, equal signs, equal length. Okay? This is also the same as this here. Alright? So this, do it 5 times. Parallel surface. Alright? So where is your joint? The next step is you have to ask first you must know which method. Okay. This is a parallel surface. So number 1, parallel line. The datum is normal to the parallel surface. So normal to the parallel surface. So the datum is normal to the parallel surface. This surface, this surface. Okay. Next step, step 2, you have to ask yourself, where is the true width? Is it a regular one? If it's not regular, then you have to take one by one. If it's regular, better still. Take the dimension, do 5 times. That means take this dimension here and do 5 times. 5 pieces, 5 times. Then ask yourself, where is the joint or opening or seam? Okay? So this is your joint, or this is your joint. So point 1 is the first line. The height is there. Just transfer. Point 2, from 1 then 2. From here, transfer. Where it cuts the vertical line, that is point 2. Clear cut. Then for point 3, from 2 to 3, again, project up, you get point 3. Okay, now, you have 3 and 4 in between. Okay, 3, 4 in between, then you have to take your width. That means this point, you project it across this width here. Half of it, if this is symmetrical, if it's not symmetrical, fine. You just have to measure, make sure you project it across, measure this width here, and that is from 3. Follow? Yeah. Some of you look at me. Let me use blue. Where's my blue? Okay. Now, in case it's not regular, then what we have to do is we have to project. This is what 2, 4, 3, 4, 3 and 4 here. Okay, project this across. Wait, hang on. Okay, project this across, and if you know that this distance here, that is say W1. So then you'll be confusing. I better put W1 here. Because the next class will see me, then it will be very confusing. Hey, where's my eraser? Okay, that's it. Okay, so that one, this length here will be W1. Alright? So you have W1, you draw it up, join. And then if you don't believe, at the end of the day, you cut this outline, you fold up, that is a pattern for this piece. This is simple, you know, it's straightforward, because you just have to project the vertical height. If I give you triangulation method or radial method, even harder. You have most likely 99% a lot of true line diagram you have to draw. Okay, Okay. Any question? before I go on to the next one. Any question? Wow, meaning to say you all score, you know? No question at all. Wow. Yeah?
Where's the curving on the plan view? Where's the curving in between 3 and 4?
This one?
Yes. It's at which location?
This. Bottom. There. As I say, you. Here. There. Can you see here? From here and from here. Can you see? Can you see? Here. This point. This point. Hello. That point there. Can you see that point there? There's an extra line there because that one was projected for this. That year it was projected for one more question. Alright? Let me erase that line off. Then you will not ask me the same question again. Let me see which line that confused you people. Wait, this line. I know you are confused over that line. Hello, hang on. Okay, one line gone. Another line, this line. Okay, that's it. That's about that. Okay, let me put it back. Below. That point there is below. Okay, that point there is that point there. That point there is this point. Okay? As I say, when you do after you do the question, or since you all took photo very close, you transfer AirPrint to your printer, then you cut this, and then you fold according to this age. Then you see how you fit into this portion here. Now most phone can AirPrint or whatever print you call it, I don't care. You know, just print, online print. Then you get fold it. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. Next question. You are given a third angle and you are asked to do a sectional view on AA. This is third angle. Arrow says pointing here. Third angle means cut. Point here means draw backwards. And I will put for you section AA. Meaning to say draw here. Some of you draw here. Why you draw here? This is third angle. Here, the word is here already. Section AA here. Alright, Now, answer. Okay, now, what I look for this question? Okay, what are the details I look for this question, which carries marks? This line and this line. Your sectioning starts from this point. not from here. Because your cutting plane is here. Here is an empty space. But you still can see this point. This point is this line. Then sectioning. Wow, some of your sectioning like some of you previous group. Some fat, some thin, some fat, those the spacing all gone. I mean must space out evenly. Okay, space out evenly, then you will get it nicely done. Alright, now, then you have to include center line. Center line. There's standard, BS standard. So center line, center line. Alright? I can't go simpler than this. Now, rule of thumb, as a designer, as a mechanical designer, here I put an object, no, that means one piece, an object, or meaning to say it's a complete cast, one piece. And rule of thumb, as a mechanical engineer or designer, you don't design object with corners. Normally, we don't design it that way. We curve it. We give a fillet radius. What kind of fillet radius? 5 mm, 6 mm, 3 mm. You give me a curve, I accept. But you give me a square, I scratch my head. What the? I told you before, don't design a corner with, don't design an object with sharp corners. And you can give me a corner, not nice. Okay? So, but I still accept, but in my mind, give a curve. I won't penalize you, but it just reflect only because I already told you many times. Mechanical designer don't design corners, sharp corners, because the stress is very high there. We give a curve. So we have a fillet radius there, whether 3 mm or 5 mm, whatever. Okay? Now, another point I look for. Some of you can forget this line. This line. Or this line here. In sectional chapter, sectional means what? Chapter 3. I think it's chapter 3. Go and check. There's one diagram, a circle, a counterbore, a countersunk. That diagram, I give you in 3D, I give you in sectional view also. Go and look at the drawing. I think page, don't know, can't remember page what. But I already highlight to you all that page you have to remember. That line do not disappear, is there. Circle, this way. You cut, this curve is still there. Or this curve is still there. It will not disappear. Okay? So all these telltale sign, I tell you, I will penalize. Alright, it's not uncommon. It's sometimes you people do make mistakes. So please be more careful. Alright, any questions? That's all for this diagram, for this drawing. There are the few points that I want to make. Any other question? Okay, if not, let's go on to the next one. Okay, this one. I reserve this part, this section. Prof Talk. Prof Talk will help you all. Hey, his question you have to try, because it is you miss one line or you miss one word. you will get wrong dimension. You have to read this question very carefully. Okay? Okay, next year, Sem 1. Sem 1. 201718 Sem 1. I know a few have done it. Okay, if you have not, take it down. You have to try. Seriously, you have to. Okay, I'll do one more semester. Next week, you try to do the next 2 or 3. Some of you, I know some of you have done it, quite a fair bit. So for those who have not done it, never mind. The next, move backwards, next 2 or next 3 semester, go and do. Because the fun is gone. If you don't try first, and I show you my solution, the fun gone. Okay, so please honestly try it. And you feel good about it also. Okay? So the instruction is the same. Don't need to worry. So look at it. Once you know what we ask, it will be the same. Copy, paste. We copy this page on this and paste. Okay? So let's go on to the first one. This one. A solid object. See, now I have to be careful. A solid object. Shown in question 1A. First angle projection. Draw incomplete. Oh, that means all 3 are incomplete. Okay? All 3 views are incomplete. Draw incomplete orthographic views. That means all 3 views are incomplete. Showing all construction line, outline, with hidden details clearly. Because there are few lines, that's why everything must be drawn. If it's complicated, then I will omit hidden details. But if it's a simple shape, definitely include. Okay, let's go on to this. Okay, first one. First line you should draw, this is not the first line. The first line you should draw, project up. Dotted line, because this is inside. Whether it's first angle, third angle, you can't see this point. Okay, another question. How you know it's right through? Again, standard. No line here. My question is, normally I never draw that line. Because if once draw, I must tell you the depth. I must tell you how deep in. So I'm giving you the solution if I tell you the depth already. So normally I don't draw that line. I will create an object so simple. My officer has used SolidWorks, cut and paste. Okay? So normally I don't draw that line. I don't draw that line because if once I draw that line in, means there's a depth. Okay? So once no depth, right through all. So here, dotted line throughout. Okay? Okay. Where is that line from here to here? Project across. That's why you need to draw this year, whether I include. Some years I include the 45 degrees line. So very simple. Draw the outermost line, edge, draw one horizontal line. Here draw one. If this line is not drawn, very simple. Take the outermost, draw one line down, draw one line across, draw another line down, draw another line across, and join. Most likely it's 45 degrees. You go and check. Okay? This point you project across, you know it's here and here. From here you know bring it across. Number 2. Where's my number 2? Okay. See? So my this point is actually this point. Project across, this edge here is from here to here. This edge here is from here to here. There's nothing there. You see now, here. So that point, this edge here, if you project across, is from here to here. And then here is from here to here. Okay? That's how we have that line there. You take the most obvious point. The first point, as I say, the first point is this. This is the most obvious point. And that line there is there. Okay? Alright, then comes to this. See, there's nothing there. That's how we get that line there. Okay? Then comes my third one. Okay, this is also obvious. There's no line drawn. So this point you project is a dotted line. That means it's a true slot. I already mentioned this many times. But in these 2 semesters, all this, or most of the semester has this question. No line drawn. You need to say it's a true slot. You need to say dotted line. Obviously, the outline here you don't touch. So dotted line from here to here, from here to here, and then from here right to here. You see? It's not difficult, please. Some of the questions are easy, some of them are difficult. All right? Okay, next one. Okay, next one, 3 and 4. Okay, let me remove 3. So you have okay, like that. Okay. That line here, or rather this line from here to here, from here to here, it is you project down, where, how long? You should project across, then you know that this line is related to this line. Then you project it down, that's what you have a square or a rectangle for this side and for this side as well. Okay, and this is what angle? This is first angle, meaning to say you are looking from here. You can't see that castle on the tower, this tower here. Definitely you can see. First angle, you see from here. So you have this rectangle, this rectangle. Alright? This is drawn previously here. So you did it. These are obvious points, obvious points that you have to draw. Okay, next one. Let me include this one here. You see, when you draw this point, this is dotted. Listen, hello. When you draw this point, agree this is dotted from here to here. It's all dotted because it's right through a slot. But when we focus on this edge here, this line here, this portion here can be seen. So obviously the outline comes first. Because when you look from here, you should be able to see that line. So obviously this will take over. So now, when it's superimposed, it's like that. Follow? So obviously that part, this part which is hidden for this point, we not say ignore, it's beneath, it's superimposed like that. Okay? So that's how we do it. One here, one here. Okay? Something like that. And then last one. No, one more. Somehow that one of them run. You know why? That one, this set of answers is for that. When I did it in LT12 and so forth. This is quite an old one. Okay, never mind. Something like that. Okay? So for your fifth one is these 2 points. Okay, these 2 points will give you these 2 lines. Okay, and then finally last one. Okay, why don't I do it this way? If you can't see where it is, right? I remove all of it, then I give you this way. And see, this is much better. These 2 points is from here to here. Yes? You are looking there, so you should be able to see this line. Because this is open space. Then here, where is it? Follow up, project. And then this for this point is there. Okay? Alright, so then last one, 6, 5, 6 is this one. This one is a bit tricky here, like that. Okay, that 2 points is that line. If you view from here, you can see this line. You can see this line, and this is dotted. Okay, now let me go through one more time. First point, you should be able to see it like that. Okay, right? I remove that. Second one, I should be able to get that point there is from here to here. Okay, let me lower it, then you can see the blue line. Let me push it back, it's there. Follow? Okay. Number 2, number 3. That's it. Now, here there's no line, meaning to say it's a true slot. Okay. True slot meaning to say dotted line throughout. Okay. Now, yes, I know later on there will be outline. For the time being, just accept that. Okay, it's a true slot because there's no line. Then it's dotted line throughout. Okay. Now, then we have see here dotted line, but when we view this in first angle, this hour here is from here to here, from here to here, which is this. Can you see this rectangle, which is here? So it overlaps my dotted line, in line with it. That is my favorite because I will draw, remember, I will draw this line and this line in line. Because if I draw this line here, then I have to give you more hidden details. Follow. That is a technique that we normally, examiner normally set that way. Every year must be different question, what? So you all must, then each part is 15 minutes. I cannot tell you so many details, then you all straight away will be able to tell a picture already. So most of my lines are all superimposed. So you know the trick, I tell you first, I tell you ahead of time. My lines, my curve, all superimposed. Or rather my points. My points are all superimposed. Like that. Okay? Okay, remove 3 and 4. 3, 4, remove. Number 5. Can see? Number 5, I just move it aside. That 5 is there. That point is there. Okay? If I push it back, it's there. Alright? Now, last one. This one. Okay, first I push it up a bit to show you where is it. That point. If you view from here, you can't see. Okay? So I push it back. Okay, yeah? So my advice to you, please go back and try. Next question. Okay, next question is this. Given two views and what did it say? First angle projection, complete the plan. Thereafter, draw the first auxiliary plan of the object in the direction of A. Hidden details are required. In this case, hidden details are required. Only 1 or 2 hidden lines. Okay. I say you need to draw the plan, complete the plan. If you don't draw the plan, how are you going to draw this view here? Impossible. So you must draw a complete view. So very simple. This is your solution. Okay? What happened? This is your complete view. Can you see here that this is an upright square pyramid? When you join this short line to here, you see that they are in line. This line here short. I drew a short part of it. Join will be line and you will meet at the vertex. Okay? Once you have the vertex, this point here, you project down, cuts the edge. That's how you draw it. Okay? This point here, project down, when it cuts the edge, the slope, that means the slope this way, cuts here. Okay, from the top, cuts down. So you have it here and have it here. That means this way. Drop at that point. Okay, so you have this point. What about this point? Here and here. Parallel line. Correct or not? Because can it be this way? No, it can't. So you have two rectangles. Very simple. Okay. Once you know that this is symmetrical, what should you do? Instead of the datum here, don't waste time. Draw a datum here. So you have this. Like that. You notice this green line is here. This blue line here is this portion. And since this is regular, symmetrical, this data. Okay? Why? Because you need only to take one dimension, y1. y1 is the same from here to here and from here to here. So when you take your compass, what you do is you swing. You put your compass here, then you swing top and bottom. Then for this point here, like that, likewise the same. Swing top and bottom. You save so much time instead of doing your datum here. Because I don't give you time to draw datum here, you know. I will use my datum which I know I told you. Unless you are not here. You are not here together. So I will use that, but lecture I inform you all. Hello. So I will use this datum and then I draw the solution. Then I give you extra 5 minutes more. Okay? And then one more line, this point here. I sure look for that line. When your eyes is here, you can't see this point, one point at least. At least all of auxiliary view, at least one point hidden. At least minimum is 1 point. Minimum 1 point. Sometimes it can be 2 or can be 3. Okay? In this case here, only 1 point. Dotted line. Okay? Dotted line. Alright, so that is question 1B. Any question to this? Yeah.
If this, you ask us to show the third angle projection, how do we put the?
If I ask you to do third angle here, any space here, any space
No.
No space, right? That is why I change the word to first. Okay, okay, sorry, any question? Any further question? If you don't worry, I will give you space. You know why I push this to the corner? I refuse. I don't want you to draw at the. That means I'm telling you the answer is not there. The answer is here. If I push this thing over here, that means at the bottom, then I have to change the word to third. Then you have to draw backwards. Follow? Okay, don't worry, I have enough space for you to draw. This A4 paper. If I don't take care of it, wow. This semester, 100 plus 100 or at most 300. Oh, still okay, you know. 700, everybody asks. No, thank you. Okay, this is for this one. Haha, this one is quite interesting, I must tell you. You know, every year, my A is here. I forgot to change it to be here for this question. So I got no choice but to accept whatever solution, I mean the solution that the A is here. Your A is here is totally different. I show you both because my intended answer was here. But my question, I forgot to change this point to B, which is here. So that was a mistake on my part. So I had to accept that my A now has to be here. Okay, so for my A here, fine. First, what you have to do. Draw a box. That's my box. Okay, that's my box. Okay, the box is this box. Okay, draw this box from here. For this shape, here, don't cut, doesn't matter. Don't need to cut yet. For this shape, you do not have to cut for me. You just give me a tube like that, a square tube. Can you draw this shape for me? Can, right? That is why I say question 2. Question 2A. First and foremost, draw the outline for me. Draw a box. Sure right one. Sure correct. Then you trim. I trim already. I trim inside. I get a tube, a square tube with a thickness, this thickness. Okay. Then I put in what? I put in this. That. Then join her. You straight away want to draw this line, you get confused. That's why I say don't. Draw the box, trim for me, and then all these are construction line. Only last few minutes you just pattern it for me. Easier, right? Yeah? And then what you do? You draw in that line. Okay? At the end of the day, it's this picture. Okay, I remove it slowly, then you all can take. Okay. Okay, draw that box. No. Hang on. Wait, I remove one more. Draw the box. Then add in the details. Like that. Then add in this. This one is just for color. And then add in this. And then finally, the solution is this. All right? Now, assume I have placed my view correctly. Assume I place my A in the right place, which is here and here. Okay? What do you think the shape will look like? What do you think the shape looks like? It was intended to be this. So it was my mistake. I put my A there. So that year, or what year was it? 2 semesters. They were damn lucky because the other one is easier to see. This one is a bit nicer. So how you place your A? How I place my A, not you place. I place my A. How I place my A? Where I place my A is important. Okay, my A here was the first set of answer. If my A is here, where my finger is pointing, here and here, this is the answer. Follow, you can take down. Okay. if my A is here and here, this is the answer. If my A is here and here, the first set of answer is given earlier. Okay? If my this A and here means the answer is this. Let's take it. Okay, with A and A, this with A and A here, is that one. Okay? It is not difficult. Please go back and try. So that is 2A. So far, to be honest, this is simple. Yeah. This is so I've given so many examples on this. Average. This is average. This is quite difficult. This is quite difficult. I'm going to show you. Okay. Okay. Let us go through the question for 2B. Okay. Hollow pyramid. So here is hollow. Point A is there. Point A is there. So AA is there. Your seam is there. AA. That means your first line is there. Meaning to say that line there is true length. Okay, this is not true, this is not true. So I gave you a true length, but in actual fact you can draw it yourself. But it doesn't matter. I just give you a first line because why I need why I need to show you the first line is I want you to start from there. Because if I don't tell you the first line in this case, you might go out of space. You see? Hello? Now I tell you, I give you first line. So I know that if you don't use my first line, not my problem. Okay, yeah? So you have to start from where I give you. The question, I know the space is enough, I won't tell you. If not enough, I will tell you. To be fair, okay? So start from there. So let us go to that side. Okay, that's my question. That's my solution. Okay, this is my solution. Okay. Okay. Wait, let me put it nicely first. Okay, let me put it nicely. And make sure you take this down as well. This portion. The step, go according to the step. First triangle, 1AB. Then second triangle, 1, 2B. Then third and so forth. Then you follow. Then the height, the vertical height is there, the base is there. You need to draw the vertical height and you need to draw the base. And when you join that line, that is the true line. Alright? My advice to you for this type of question, label your parts. Alright, label your parts. Top surface, whether if ABC or 1, 2, 3 up to you. Bottom surface, then the opposite. If my top surface is number, then my base is alphabet. Then you know you won't go wrong. Because you have 1, 2, 3 base and bottom as well. Sometimes somehow you mix it up, then your shape go twisted. So better don't. Your number on top or below is okay with me. Okay? Just be consistent. Then I'm very certain when you go back, I've labeled all the parts 1, 2, 3, 2A, 2B, 3C, and so forth. They correspond to this diagram and correspond to this numbering. First you do number 1, number 2, number 3. You slowly you will see. Okay, I stop at 5. 3, 4C, 3, 4C. So you just continue. Okay, you can do that. Don't worry. Once I've done from here to here, which is half of it already, you just have to continue the rest because it's almost the same. The process is the same. You have to try. I only did half. Then you should try the other half. The step is there. Serious. This step is there. Okay, go back. Try this. It's straightforward. Once you are able to follow up to 5, I guarantee you should be able to complete the rest. Okay. All right. Okay. Now, so out of these 2 parts, one is easy, two is average. This one slightly on the difficult side, but the last one is simple. So I compensate with a very simple question. This one is a section view, a sectional view only. Cut only from here to here. There, this is part view only. Detailed drawing. Complete this view here. Okay, complete this detailed drawing is actually a gift, and it's what? 13 marks. Easy 12, difficult 13. See, I compensated it already. So this one is a gift, and I already told you. Just carbon copy. It's like from here, carbon copy over here. No time, even freehand sketch. Also, you get some marks. Okay, so you see, the solution is this. Wrong side. That is the solution. Now, today, one student came, I saw. He gave me a sharp corner, and here is a fillet radius. What are y'all trying to do? If here is a fillet radius, this also must be a fillet radius. This one I penalize. This one I penalize because it's there. You cannot make an object one side curve, one side the other is on the same flow of the material. One side corner, one side is sharp corner. How are you going to develop that? How are you going to cast it? I asked you. How are you going to cast one side smooth, one side curve? One side curve, one side sharp. Impossible. So I penalize. If I never show you both sides, I have to accept it. You can give me both side corner, sharp corner. But one side smooth, one side sharp corner, not likely. Unless your instrument, your casting is so good that you can do it halfway, smooth, then sharp corner. Wow, I don't know how you're going to do it. Another thing that he did was, don't worry, I never mentioned him, so it's okay. He did was, he forgot this line, this line, this line. See, up to today, you still do it. So he will remember, that person will remember. In the exam, he will remember it because I give him a good scoring. So he will sure remember. Guarantee you he remember. So you have to try. You don't try, you will not know where is your error. you have to try before I show you my solution. Because once you see my solution, as I say, no fun already. No excitement for you all. Alright? I'm not joking, serious. Try it, and then when you see my solution, you think, ah yeah, then you'll remember. Okay? Okay. Now, next week I will do likewise the same. As I say, do 2 or 3 years back. Now, for your CA, and listen, for your CA, I have already helped you all, or we have already helped you all. Proctor and myself, we help you 50%. For your exam portion, cannot, because our CA is already biased. Don't worry, not related. It's biased already. So I need a raw data. Raw data means not biased data, merge. Raw data with biased data merge, I get a normal distribution. I guarantee you that. Alright? So please go back and try past papers. Now, some of you have to fill up, I think today or tomorrow, you have to fill up my assessment online. Please do so. For lectures, some group will have to do both lectures and tutorials as well. Okay, please, we need your feedback. Alright, so as I say, next week we'll do likewise the same, but try to do first so that you gain as much as possible. Thank you.